Okay, so this is going to be a rather brief one, which a few of these probably are going to be because I just got home and I completely forgot about it today. That's probably going to happen a lot of times in the future as well. But I don't know. I guess we could talk about something. Let me talk about McDonald's because an odd number of things happened at McDonald's tonight. So I got off work, went to McDonald's. Where I don't normally eat there. I only go there probably about once a week. I try not to go to a fast food place more than once a week. And before you think like some massive health nut, like I'm trying to get healthy, I'm only eating fast food once a week. No, I meant one fast food place per week. So I can only go to McDonald's once a week. I only go to Wendy's once a week. I only go to eat Chinese food once a week, which Chinese food isn't fast food, but might as well just be as healthy. Yeah, but I usually end up going to McDonald's on Sunday nights. I don't know why. Just usually Sunday I have a craving for McDonald's. So I went there, got a quarter pounder with cheese meal like I normally do. And first weird thing was that there was it was pretty empty, but there were two women that were in the back of the McDonald's at a booth. And I know them because they come into Dollar Tree quite often. And one of them is like an older lady. She's probably like in her 70s. And then she has her daughter, who's probably like in her late 40s, early 50s. And anyway, they were back there, and I've seen them before in the McDonald's, and they're always like around the same booth. And they always have like, they eat stuff, but mostly they have like paperwork, and they always make like cell phone calls, and they have like their checkbooks and everything like out. And it's like they're using the McDonald's booth as like their own private like little office. And I'm thinking, like, why? Because they're always there on Sundays. They might be there more often than not, but usually it's just Sundays. I always see them back there. So I'm starting to think, like, maybe they're using the Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi at McDonald's to, like, make phone calls and not make phone calls, but maybe do, like, office work there. I'm like, I don't get it, but that's why they're always there. And the older one of the women, the older lady that's, like, in her 70s, It's funny because every time she sees me, I guess she knows somebody that looks exactly like me, because every time she sees me, she mistakes me for that other person. And I guess her memory might not be so well rounded, because whenever she encounters me, she always says the exact same thing, and it's basically some variation of this. Oh wow, haven't seen you in a while. You haven't been in church for a while, huh? She says that exact same thing to me every single time I see her. So I guess I just look like this other person she knows, and she must have a memory issue because she keeps asking me every single time. And I'm usually wearing the exact same thing every time I see her, because I'm always wearing like I see her at Dollar Tree, she says it, or McDonald's right after I work there. And the first time she said it, I was actually kind of snarky with her. I told her, like, oh yeah, I actually haven't been in church since I was 13, so probably wasn't me. But yeah, that's always interesting when I run into her. So while I was waiting for my food to get made, I went into the bathroom to wash my hands, and use the facilities. So I go to pee in the urinal. There we go, better. Which, by the way, apologies if you're a girl, but this is an integral part of the story. Okay, this is an important part of this story. But it is going to get disgusting, so I just want you to, prepare yourself. So I go into the bathroom at McDonald's, and I'm not expecting this shit to be pristine. I'm not expecting the bathroom at a McDonald's to be, like, totally clean, completely stocked with all the amenities, okay? But when I get up to the urinal and I notice that there is a decently sized puddle of human piss, at least I hope it was human, directly underneath the urinals, that's where I kind of have to draw the line. Like, look, guys suck at aiming. We all know it. We've missed the mark more times than we can count, but it was a literal puddle, guys. It was a fucking puddle. Alright, like, yeah. It was all over. Like, the only explanation I can come up with this is that somebody literally walked up to the urinals, went in between both of them, and just piss there in between both of them. That's the only explanation I can come up with. I mean, god damn it. I have someone else's bodily fluids on my shoes now. That should never be a sentence I should have to say. But yeah, it happened. So that was rather disgusting. And then after I, wash my hands, of course you have the typical problem of there's no paper towels. I mean, like, it's not like there's nobody in the McDonald's and the staff was pretty much just lying around jerking off on their cell phones, not really doing much of anything. You can't go in the bathroom and mop up the puddle of piss and make sure there's paper towels, whatever. Okay, we've encountered this issue before. Okay, whenever you're a guy and you notice there's no paper towels, you have 4 alternatives. Alternative A, you use the hand dryer. And fuck that, usually, because it's a pain in the ass. It either doesn't work at all, or it blasts air so strong it seems like to sear off your skin. So usually, you don't go with the hair drying option. Alternative B, you use toilet paper, which means you have to go into a stall and take out all the toilet paper. And of course, it's toilet paper. It's not designed to withstand all that moisture, so you're going to get pieces of toilet paper stuck to you. The only way to get around that is to literally unravel a mile of toilet paper, which who gives a shit? It's not your toilet paper. You didn't pay for it, but it seems like a grievous misuse of just unraveling so much just to wash your hands. Alternative C, you wipe it on your clothes in some fashion, but you don't want to do that. I mean, I don't give a shit about my work clothes, but I would rather not be walking out of the bathroom looking completely soaked, so the old lady who recognizes some guy that looks similar to me from church, even though he apparently hasn't been to church in a couple of months. I mean, what the fuck, dude? I wish he would just go to church so this lady could be entertained. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get my entire shirt all wet. So I went with alternative D. I just didn't do shit. I just washed my hands. Hands were soaked. No towels. I just walked out. I just said, fuck it, not doing it, just walked out. And my hands were soaked, but who gives a shit? They dried eventually. It's just water. But yeah, that was my trip to McDonald's. I think I'm going to make a movie out of it. It'll be an IMAX in 3D, and it'll star Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson. And it's going to be called The Bathroom. Starring Keanu Reeves as the bottle of piss. Ha! See what I did there? See you later, guys.